and I have a unique story on how my life changed.
So when did the accident happen?
The accident happened November 9th, 2007.
Who were you with and where were you guys going?
I was with a friend of mine. We were going to work around 5:30 in the morning.
How did you and the guy that you were with, how do you guys meet?
We met in high school. But it was my junior year, and from there we just kicked off,
Okay.
I should say.
And how did everything transpire?
Right after high school, it was a group of guys. We all started working together. The guy that I was with on that car, and then two more. We all started working on Monday, and Friday was our accident. We were all riding in one car. Starting on Monday, starting on orientation, we all started driving in one car. But as we kept going, that Friday we decided to all go on our separate cars, and that was the idea. But that friend of mine decided to pick me up at 5:30 in the morning and to go with him, so ride by himself. I said, all right, let's go. As we were going to work, he started racing another car. That's what we used to like doing before. Started racing right after high school, living on the edge, as people say, or we used to love speed. And I really don't remember much of the accident. I don't remember it at all. We were going to work and he started racing another car. As we were approaching our company of work, he lost control. And we ended up going into a cornfield and we flipped 3 times. Before we came to a complete stop, the car smashed into a light pole. The light pole broke in half. We rode 3 more times. After that, the guy we were racing, he called the paramedics. They came over, helicopter came over, so then they flew us over to Lehigh. Don't remember being on the helicopter. I don't, much as I would have loved to, but don't remember it at all. Woke up 2 weeks later in the hospital. I was conscious, but I didn't know what I was saying to people. They came in, had a conversation with me back and forth. I didn't know what I was saying. 2 weeks later, it was like, why not?
So were you in a coma or?
I wasn't in a coma. I was just so out of it. I had so many internal injuries that they had me drugged up all the time. So for the following 2 weeks that I was in there in the hospital, I was out. My mom came in every day. I had a conversation with her. But after the 2 weeks, I realized that I was in the hospital and what had happened to me. And the doctor said I had brain damage with multiple injuries in my body.
How long were you in the hospital?
In Lehigh, after 5 surgeries between my arm and my legs, I was there for 3 weeks. And then basically I had to go to rehab for all my surgeries. As I went to rehab, my surgeries were so fresh that they were not able to take care of me at all. They were not able to do any type of therapy until all the wounds had healed. So they sent me home after that. I was there for a week, but it took me 2 years to get back up. I was right-handed before, now I'm left-handed. I have 24 screws, 6 metal plates on my legs, besides my right arm being paralyzed. What I remember was jumping on the highway, and the accident happened 20 minutes later after that. So the whole transaction of the whole race and how the whole accident happened, I don't remember. I don't remember how I ended up in the hospital. Just remember waking up, going to work and waking up 2 weeks later. Not waking up, but coming to consciousness 2 weeks later.
Do you have any type of resentment towards the other guy, the guy that was driving?
I don't. Just because the lifestyle we had back then, if it would have been me driving, I think the same thing would have happened. We were both reckless. We were both young. And kind of dumb. So I told him many times he's kind of my brother now because of us being born on that date again.
Do you know what happened to the other guys that were part of the accident?
It was just me and my other friend as we were going to work. He had some injuries. He broke his jaw. He broke both of his arms because of holding so tight to the steering wheel. And the dashboard came all the way to the top of our legs, so his legs were messed up too. It took him 3 months completely of recovery to get back up and go back to work. So now that he was left okay, he got banged up, but as the doctor told us, when the accident happened, I must have landed on top of him. And the investigators, how they found me, I was on top of him. Half of my body was on top of him, the other half was on the back of the car. I was still attached. I was still attached. It's just the way they found me, the car being so small. And they actually thought that there was no survivors there at all.
Do you regret being part of the accident at all? Like, I mean, sustaining the injuries and just going through this whole ordeal?
I don't regret it. I look at it, if I would have kept going on that same road, what would have happened to me? And look at me now. I'm glad to say that I finished my school. I obtained my associates. I have a credit, so on my bachelor's, I only need 1 more year to finish, 1 year and a half. Not that I'm better than before, but I'm doing way better for myself as I was before.
Are there any consequences that you still have to deal with due to the accident?
Even though I don't find anything difficult for me to do, there are things that I struggle with. I can't carry heavy objects up the stairs. I can't carry a big screen TV or hanging against the wall like a normal person would. I have friends who help me do that, but that's not the same as you doing it. On top of that, the pain I get on the arm is intense. It's chronic. There's been so many studies done about brachial plexus, which is what I have on my arm, and there's nothing that they can't do to fix my disability or my injury. The only way that I can compare my pain is to a person having contraction before going into labor. Especially when it's going to rain or snow, my pain can range from a 4 to a 6 in a matter of hours. My legs, they don't bother me that much unless I overdo it. If I walk, let's say 2 miles, 3 miles, let's say I walk, then I'm going to pay for it because of all the screws I have on my legs. But my right arm, your brain can never adapt to you not having functional part of your body when it's already developed. That's when the pain comes in. And this injury would have happened when I was a baby or my mom was giving birth to me. My brain would have never developed or having function on that right side. So there's no pain going towards it. My accident happened when I was 20, and I have both of them normally perfectly fine. And since this accident happened, that brachial plexus injury came in, and the pain has been insane from then. I've been through so many doctors, I've been through pain management doctors, and at the end of the day, I don't take any narcotics. That helps you out with pain, but then messes up another thing. So trying to stay away with that and deal with the pain on my own.
Do you feel like the accident has changed your life in any aspect?
Tremendously. Never seen myself as how I am now. If I would have had gone the life I had before.
So do you feel it made you a better person?
On some way it has. Mentally and physically it has. I mean, even though I only have one arm and all the screws on my legs, there's nothing impossible for me to do, thanks God. And I look forward to every single day learning new stuff for me to do. Something that when I had both of my arms out, just had both of my arms. Doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. Now I'm finding better things to do with just one arm. Things that cooking, cleaning, I never did that around my house. Now I could do it perfectly fine with one arm. So
How do you feel like your story can inspire or change other people who have not had to deal with this?
at the beginning I did deal with a lot of depression. I did feel in depression at the beginning for a while. I thought that I hit a dead end, that was the end of my world. Only one arm, not able to walk, and laid in the hospital bed for 2 years. And I had to do everything on that hospital bed. My daughter was 6 months at the time. I wasn't able to show her how to walk. I had to eat and do all of my necessaries in a hospital bed while I recuperated. That moment there kind of made me stronger than how I was before. There were so many lonely nights that I stood to myself, crying my eyes out, just of me not able to help my kids out. Nowadays, I just want to tell everyone out there that's going through the same thing, it's not the end. It's really not the end. Like I said before, there's nothing for me to do. There's nothing impossible for me to do. I could pretty much do everything. And as long as you adapt yourself to it and is willing to learn to adapt to your new situation, you can overcome whatever situation you're on. You just have to be strong. I was right-handed before. I write even better with my left now when I used to write with my right. I drive jet ski. I drove jet ski before, drove four-wheelers. Videos coming out real soon. I can drive stick shift with one arm. I type on the computer, answer phones at the same time. I play video games with no normal controller, just one arm. And I'm talking about Call of Duty games, NBA, and all of those new games that are popular now. And it's just one arm. I just want to leave this video with a message to everyone. This video is supposed to show people the person that I am now to the person I was before. I just want to tell you guys, just be strong and put your mind to get better. Don't fall on an empty hole of I can't do this or that's the end of me. Just as long as you keep your mind in a positive mind stage and you're willing to do it, you can overcome any situation if you get on.